Right, I'll try again. The loop system. Here is the loop. You can see a loop here. Normally, let's say it's diesel. Diesel comes in, or vegetable oil. The fuel comes in into the pump. Yeah. The pump injects it into all the cylinders. Yeah. Any excess oil, fuel, comes out at the top of the pump here and goes back to the normal tank, the diesel tank. So let's say it's diesel. Diesel comes in into the injector, into there, and then back out of the top to the diesel tank. It just keeps flowing round and round. I don't know why they do that, but it's just the way it's done. I suppose it's because the pump is always pumping, it can't sort of stop, I don't know. But what we do with the loop system is, when we obviously everything heats up. The diesel is in the loop as well, and the vegetable oil. So anything coming in here, diesel or veg, comes down through the heat exchanger into the pump and out of the top of the pump. Instead of going back to its tank, back to the diesel tank or back to the vegetable oil tank, we feed it up here, back round, and we feed it back through a brass T-piece back into the input. So here's the main input, and this is the loop. So it all comes back through here and then back into the heat exchanger, back into the pump. So when you're running, any excess fuel is coming back around here into the input. So really, this hasn't got to do a lot of effort to pull in a bit of extra fuel that it's using. And that's the loop system. When we purge, we switch back to diesel, so diesel starts coming in here and round the system, but also when we purge, we open the purge valve, which cuts out the loop, and the fuel comes straight back and back to, in my case, it goes back to the vegetable tank. So the fuel now comes into the injector through the heat exchanger, into the injector pumps running the engine, and any excess goes back to the diesel tank. And I purge for probably about 20 seconds, and then I switch off back to diesel and then run the car for another mile, which means that when I stop, all I've got is diesel in the pump, in the injectors and in the loop, just diesel. So it's safe to start up in the morning. Because I'd purged to the diesel tank, when I switch to purge, any vegetable oil in here will go back to the diesel tank and mix with the diesel, which isn't a problem. The only time you'll get a problem is, I never have really, you find the engine getting harder to start because the mix of vegetable oil is becoming more than diesel in the small tank. But I mean, the small tank in my boot, I mean, I can run this car for probably 2 weeks before I have to top it up, and I'll never get to the situation where it's got too much vegetable oil in it.